He wished for the girl he loved to love him back, but that single wish turned into the worst nightmare of his life.
No, don't do that!
Bear's best friend and co-worker Ian watches the awkward rehearsal and tells him he needs to change his approach.
No, stop. Okay, that was cringy.
Oh my god, I knew it.
According to Ian, Bear should stop acting like a hopeless romantic and start embracing a more confident, masculine attitude instead.
Invite romance.
Invite romance?
Tease her. Be playfully mean with her.
When Bear returns home, he discovers that his cat has died after accidentally ingesting oxycodone, one of his prescription painkillers. Devastated by the loss of his pet, he cleans up his room while looking at old photos of himself with Nikki, the girl he secretly loved for years. Later, while lying in bed, he scrolls through Nikki's social media profiles, carefully resisting the urge to like any of her posts. When Nikki calls, Bear answers immediately. He tells her that because of his cat's death, he doesn't feel like meeting up with her and their friends. He's simply too heartbroken.
I don't think I can tonight. I'm just catching up on some stuff.
But Nikki doesn't take no for an answer and quickly convinces him to come over anyway.
No, I just dropped my crystal necklace down the drain.
Oh shit.
During their phone call, Nikki mentions that she accidentally broke her necklace. Wanting to surprise her with a replacement, Bear stops by an occult shop to buy her a new one as a gift.
Do you have crystal necklaces?
Yeah, here, let me show you.
While browsing the store, the self-proclaimed king of the friend zone notices a strange new item on display, the One Wish Willow. A small souvenir shaped like a wooden stick inside a decorative box.
I like this.
Yeah, well, they've been pretty popular since we put them out. You know, everybody wants a wish.
According to the shopkeeper, if Bear snaps it in half, it will grant any wish he desires. The catch is that it only grants one wish at a time, so its power can't be abused.
So, some people don't open them, but the people who do, you know, come back and complain.
Most people never open them, and the ones who do usually come back with complaints.
Or it does work and it like ruins their lives.
Or they die or wish they were dead.
After buying the One Wish Willow, Bear heads to a cafe where he meets up with his friends, Nikki, Ian, and Sarah.
If you're working on your book or whatever, while you're on the clock.
They all work together at the same music store, making them the sworn enemies of every drummer's neighbors in town. At the cafe, Sarah offers Bear her condolences for the death of his cat. She hugs him so tightly that anyone could tell she has feelings for him.
Here, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Unfortunately, Bear completely misses the hint. As they're leaving, Nikki asks Bear if he has $20 she can give to a homeless man.
Does anybody have cash?
I think I have a 20.
You're 18.
Bear drives Nikki home. During the ride, she tells him she's planning to quit her job so she can pursue new experiences and chase her dream of becoming a writer.
No, I feel like I need a big life change. I'm not feeling love, and I want to feel love if I want to bring the story to life.
Still trying to help his clueless friend, Ian had already told Bear that Sarah had been asking about him all day.
You know, Sarah's asking about you all day today. How do you feel about that?
Nikki brings it up again and asks if he'd ever consider dating Sarah.
I like her as a friend.
Bear immediately says no. Then Nikki asks the question he's been waiting to hear.
Do you like me?
What?
Because if you do, now's the time to tell me.
Caught completely off guard, Bear panics and lies.
I think we're good friends.
With a single sentence, he manages to promote himself from the king of the friend zone to the emperor of the friend zone. Frustrated by yet another spectacular failure, Bear snaps the One Wish Willow right there in his car.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the fucking world.
A few moments later, Nikki suddenly walks back from her front door and invites Bear inside.
Maybe you want to come inside?
Confused by the sudden change in her behavior, he awkwardly turns her down. When she can't convince him to come inside, Nikki climbs into the passenger seat instead.
What are you doing?
I know what you're trying to do.
She tells him she doesn't want to be alone tonight because she's still grieving the loss of her father.
Where do you want to go?
Back at Bear's apartment, he lets Nikki sleep in his bed while he, like a true gentleman, settles onto the couch in the living room. But Nikki asks him to stay with her.
Can you sleep with me?
As if that weren't enough, she starts recording videos of him and playfully embarrasses him by teasing him with the contents of her bra. When Bear finally lies down beside her, Nikki boldly makes the first move. They share their first kiss.
What the fuck?
But only seconds later, she suddenly jerks away in horror, as though she's seen something terrifying.
You kissed me!
I know, I thought I saw something.
What the
As if she just realized she had kissed her best friend. Nikki immediately bursts into tears and apologizes for her reaction. Not wanting to make things even more awkward, Bear decides to sleep on the floor instead. In the middle of the night, he wakes up and searches online for information about the One-Wish Willow, trying to figure out whether the stick actually grants wishes or if Nikki's strange behavior is simply the result of stress. The internet offers no clear answers. Half the people insist it's real, while the other half call it complete nonsense.
What were you doing?
I was just going to the bathroom.
A little later, Nikki quietly asks Bear to come sleep beside her since neither of them can fall asleep. This time, he agrees. The next morning, Bear wakes up to discover that Nikki has already gotten out of bed. On the kitchen table, she has prepared a homemade breakfast for him, but on the floor, he finds something far less appetizing.
No, you're supposed to like it. It's a memorial.
A small memorial dedicated to his dead cat, complete with the cat's body carefully placed in the center. It was Nikki's attempt to comfort him and make him feel better. Later, they head to work together at the music store. While they're there, Bear tells Ian everything that happened the previous night.
The crazy fucking night that I just had, dude.
He makes one thing especially clear. Despite everything that happened, he and Nikki never slept together.
Did she sleep over? By the way, you gotta clock in.
According to Bear, it wasn't because he was nervous or lacked confidence. It was because Nikki's increasingly bizarre behavior left him too unsettled to go any further.
Like, what? Is she okay?
No. But I think it's more than that. Like, I think she's having like a mental breakdown or something. Like, she would like freak out.
Bear tells Ian that Nikki was probably using ecstasy to cope with the grief of losing her father, which would explain her wild mood swings and bizarre behavior.
Wait, is she still walking? Yep, totally.
After work, Bear tells Nikki that he doesn't want to lead her on or give her false hope. To his surprise, she doesn't seem bothered at all. It's as if none of the emotions she showed the previous night ever existed. Ian gives Nikki a ride home, and later that evening, Bear calls him to check on her.
She's good. Everything's good. She wasn't like looking at you or anything.
After researching the effects of ecstasy online, Bear convinces himself that Nikki's behavior really was caused by the drug. But in the middle of their phone call, someone knocks on his door. It's Nikki. Dressed to impress, she has come over to apologize for frightening him the night before.
I really like what we have, and I want to be honest about some things, and it's really important for me.
It's okay.
She thanks Bear for not taking advantage of her while she was trying to numb her emotional pain with drugs. Then she makes an unexpected confession. She admits that she has always known about Bear's feelings for her.
I know you like me, Bear.
And says those feelings became mutual last night. I value our relationship and I want to be honest with you. Little by little, the lifelong friends begin dating, becoming the kind of overly happy couple that annoys everyone around them. No one is more bothered by it than Sarah, who has feelings for Bear herself. As time passes, the couple grows even closer. During dinner at a restaurant, Bear tells Nikki that he once dreamed of becoming a restaurant critic. Their conversation is interrupted by a phone call from Ian.
I looked into Nikki's dad having cancer, and he's healthy as a baby. He's been to work like every day.
Ian quietly tells Bear that Nikki's father is actually alive. He also reveals that not long before they started dating, Nikki had described Bear as being like a little brother.
Nikki said she just thought of you like her little brother, or, and she like friend-zoned you.
Shaken by the revelation, Bear returns to the table. Nikki gives him a gift, a piece of jewelry that once belonged to her mother. According to her, it gives its wearer confidence. Feeling emboldened by the gift, Bear finally asks her the question that's been bothering him.
Nikki,
Yeah?
does your dad really have cancer?
Nikki immediately flies into a rage.
Oh, no, 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 don't do that!
Forcing Bear to backtrack and pretend the question never mattered. Compared to finally being with the woman he's loved for years, overlooking a lie about her father suddenly seems like a small price to pay.
It's okay. We are.
Later that night, Bear returns home. He wakes up in the middle of the night and sees Nikki silently standing in the darkest corner of the room.
Nikki.
When he calls her name, she begins moving in a disturbingly unnatural way. Nikki tells Bear that she had a nightmare. In the dream, Bear didn't love her nearly as much as she loved him. The thought devastates her. Still visibly upset, Nikki continues acting in increasingly unsettling ways, making Bear even more uncomfortable. At one point, she quietly carries a vase of flowers over to the bed and simply stands there, staring at him.
Nikki.
The next morning, however, Nikki apologizes for everything. She promises she'll try not to scare him anymore and says she'll smile more often.
Okay, good, because if I'm being honest, it was kind of terrifying.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, her smile is just as disturbing as everything else.
Not great.
The next morning, Bear asks Nikki to stop doing things that are so creepy and unsettling.
No more weird stuff.
She promises she will and hands him a packed lunch before he leaves for work. But when Bear tries to leave the apartment, he discovers that the front door has been completely sealed shut with tape.
I miss you. I wish I was scheduled today. Love you.
After struggling to peel it all off, he finally manages to get outside. There, he finds Nikki silently waiting by the door. She hasn't moved an inch, like a loyal cat waiting for its owner. She simply stood there, even wetting the carpet instead of leaving her post. At work, Bear opens his lunchbox and discovers several disturbing photographs inside. While he was asleep, Nikki had secretly taken pictures of him. Later, he talks with Sarah, who admits she finds the relationship strange. Everything between Bear and Nikki happened so quickly that it almost doesn't make sense.
I just think that it's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden.
When Sarah receives a letter informing her that she wasn't accepted into college, Bear comforts her. That's when Sarah notices a strange label on Bear's lunch container.
Oops.
Jesus.
My little food critic.
Reading it, Bear suddenly realizes the horrifying truth. The sandwich Nikki packed for him was made from his dead cat.
Bear, are you okay? Oh my God.
After work, Bear drives Ian home. During the ride, he admits that Nikki's behavior has become increasingly disturbing. Bear's story leaves Ian deeply unsettled.
Okay, can you just please break this down for me? She's lying about
I'm not gonna break this
cancer,
down for you.
and now she's
I don't want to
sleeping
break
over all
down
the
our
time.
relationship.
Wanting a break from all the drama, Ian invites Bear to a guy's night, making it clear that Nikki isn't invited.
Don't change the subject.
Why didn't you invite us?
Oh, so now you're an us.
Now convinced that something is seriously wrong, Bear stops by the occult shop before heading home. He finds the empty One Wish Willow box and calls the customer support number printed on it, hoping there's a way to undo his wish.
I'm sorry, we don't really do that.
Instead, the representative delivers even worse news. Once a wish has been granted, it remains in effect until either the person who made the wish dies, or the person the wish was cast on dies.
Tension, man.
What the hell? What can I do then?
When you die, the wish will go away.
In other words, Nikki will remain hopelessly obsessed with Bear until one of them is dead. Then the employee asks to speak with Nikki. The moment she gets on the phone, she lets out a hysterical scream. When Bear arrives home, he finds Nikki sitting exactly where he left her. She's covered in vomit and urine because she refused to leave the front door, not even to use the bathroom, while waiting for him to return.
You can.
I'll go shower.
Yeah.
And I'll clean it up. I promise.
Loyalty is admirable, Basic hygiene is also important. After helping Nikki clean herself up, Bear tells her he's going to a guy's night.
Okay, well, I'll just stay here then.
Nikki insists on coming with him. She already knows Ian lied. Sarah will be there too.
So I think maybe I'll just go?
At the party, Ian is less than thrilled to see that Bear has brought his increasingly unstable girlfriend. Bear simply points out that Ian wasn't exactly honest about it being an all-guys gathering either.
She guilt you?
She didn't guilt me. Shut the fuck up.
The group spends the evening playing a drunken game of Jenga, where every block contains a different challenge. One of the guests asks Bear to switch seats so he can sit next to Nikki. Later, someone makes a joke about a girl being kidnapped. Nikki bursts into uncontrollable laughter. No one else finds it funny. On her turn, Nikki pulls a Jenga block, instructing her to read a passage from something she's written. The story turns out to be her bizarre retelling of Hansel and Gretel, filled with disturbing themes of eroticism and incest.
You're not my wife, Gretel, he said.
The uncomfortable reading also reinforces what Ian had told Bear earlier, that Nikki once thought of him as being like a younger brother.
Brother, you will be inside me tonight.
After the painfully awkward moment finally ends, it's Bear's turn. His challenge is simple. He has to kiss the player sitting to his left. Unfortunately for Nikki, that's Sarah. The moment Bear realizes what the challenge is, Nikki suddenly stands up. Without saying a word, she walks over to Sarah, shoves her chair aside, and sits down in her place, making herself the player on Bear's left. She fully expects to receive the kiss instead. But just as suddenly as she sat down, Nikki recoils from Bear in absolute horror, as though the thought of kissing him has become unbearable.
I'm so sorry.
After smashing a bottle on the table, Nikki grabs a rose and repeatedly slashes her own face with its broken stem, leaving herself covered in blood and turning the party into complete chaos. Bear rushes the injured Nikki to the hospital, but the staff refuses to admit her. They explain that her injuries aren't life-threatening and suggest taking her to a psychiatric hospital instead. Back at home, Bear has no idea how to deal with the increasingly unstable woman in front of him.
Why did you do this? Why did you act like that tonight? Nikki.
He tries to have a calm conversation with Nikki, but she's completely disconnected from reality.
I'm your freaky Nikki.
No.
Where are you going?
All she can think about is having sex and hearing Bear confess that he loves her. When Bear tells her they need to spend just one day apart, Nikki completely loses control.
Take some space from each other, okay? But we have to. Nikki, no, we have to take space.
She begins moving in disturbingly unnatural ways, almost as if her body is playing in reverse. Then she threatens to kill herself. And after that, she'll kill him too.
Don't be scared, baby. Don't be scared. I would never hurt you. I'm sorry.
The plan isn't exactly logical, but it's more than enough to terrify Bear. With no other choice, he climbs into bed beside her. In the middle of the night, his phone vibrates. It's a text from Sarah, insisting they meet immediately. She warns him that if he refuses, she'll come straight to his house instead. Knowing that would only trigger another violent outburst from Nikki, Bear quietly slips out of bed and sneaks out of the apartment. As Bear is leaving, the real Nikki suddenly appears. For the first time, she seems completely normal.
Kill me, please.
What?
As if whatever has been controlling her only lets go while she's asleep.
She's sleeping. It's me.
Desperate, she begs Bear to kill her and end the curse once and for all. Instead of understanding what she's trying to say, Bear feels hurt that she'd rather die than stay with him. Ignoring her plea, he leaves to meet Sarah.
She needs therapy. It's not right. And
Sarah reveals a secret that she and Ian have been keeping from Bear for years. For the past 2 years, Nikki and Ian had secretly been having an affair. Now they believe Nikki only started dating Bear to make Ian jealous.
Bear, Ian and Nikki have been hooking up on and off for like 2 years.
With friends like that, who needs enemies? Sarah then admits something she's been hiding herself.
I think you need someone more chill.
Like you.
She's always had feelings for Bear. Unfortunately, That confession doesn't last long. Nikki suddenly appears outside the car carrying a brick.
Sorry you had to see that, baby. But it is kind of your fault.
She hurls it through the window, then grabs Sarah and repeatedly slams her head against the brick until she's brutally beaten to death.
We can fix this. I'll fix this with you. I'm not going anywhere.
Afterward, Nikki calmly hugs the horrified bear. She promises she'll take care of the body, but as long as he helps her load Sarah's corpse into the trunk before driving home. The next morning, Bear returns to the occult shop, hoping to buy another one-wish willow and undo everything.
How could you sell this to people?
The box is full of warnings, man.
The shopkeeper quickly crushes that idea. Each customer only gets one wish.
Oh, God. What did you do?
The only way around the rule is for someone else to make the wish instead. Bear buys another wand anyway and tries snapping it himself in the parking lot. Nothing happens. The magical anti-cheat system is working exactly as intended. Running out of options, Bear goes to Ian and explains everything: the occult shop, the wish, and the curse. He begs Ian to use the new wand and wish that everything goes back to normal.
At first, I didn't think it was real. Okay? I was confused, but this is real. This is
What?
fucking...
Ian doesn't believe a word of it. Just for fun, he wishes for $1 billion.
I wish for $1 billion.
Seconds later, cash literally starts raining from the sky. Ian immediately realizes he wasted the most valuable wish imaginable. And Bear realizes he's still trapped. Bear rushes home, hoping to convince Nikki to wish away the curse. Instead, he finds Sarah's body still lying in the house.
I'll do everything for you, baby.
Rather than getting rid of the corpse, Nikki has dressed herself in Sarah's clothes, convinced that looking like Sarah will make Bear love her even more.
Why can't you love me?
Stop!
When that plan fails, Nikki once again begins striking herself in the face. Apparently, she has a very unusual understanding of what a facepalm is. Then she pulls out a gun and threatens to blow her own brains out unless Bear finally tells her he loves her.
Bear, what's going on?
At that moment, Ian arrives at the house. He immediately realizes Bear had been telling the truth all along. Unfortunately, instead of witnessing another miracle, he takes Nikki's first bullet straight to the head.
Nikki!
To stop Nikki from killing anyone else, Bear finally tells her that he loves her.
I love you!
As Nikki embraces him, Bear quietly slips away to the bathroom. While she pounds on the door in a panic, Bear realizes there's no way out. He can't break the curse, he can't protect the people around him, and he can't keep living like this. After considering every possible option, he makes one final, desperate decision. He swallows an entire bottle of the same painkillers that accidentally killed his cat. Almost immediately, he regrets it and desperately tries to make himself throw up, but it's too late. Accepting his fate, Bear walks back into the living room where Nikki happily greets him. She proudly reveals that she already broke the spare one wish, Willow, and wished for Bear to be with her forever. The two share one final kiss as the television plays quietly in the background.
Baby, what did you do? No.
Moments later, the overdose takes effect. Bear dies in Nikki's arms. With the curse finally broken, Nikki returns to her normal self. The horrifying reality of everything that has happened crashes down on her all at once. Overcome with grief, she breaks into tears and gently lowers Bear's lifeless body to the floor. And that's where the film ends, leaving the audience with one final message. Be careful what you wish for. Sometimes taking the wrong path to get what you want can cost you everything.